and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be talking about 10 medieval books that are totally worth reading if you love the Middle Ages. We're talking knights, castles, Vikings, and to make it even better, all of these books are clean. And if you don't want to write all these book titles down, you can get a free book list by clicking the link in the description of this video. Now the first book I want to tell you about isn't just a book, it's 5 times better than a book. So this is the Viking Quest series. The first book is called Raiders from the Sea. I read it earlier this year and it was so good I bought the rest of the series off Amazon and read the rest of them. These books are set in the 10th century. So this series is the story of an Irish girl who's kidnapped by Vikings, and so that's what happens in the first book, and then the rest of it is just what happens to her after that. All the books are kind of cliffhangers, so if you like the first one, you're probably going to want to read the rest like I did. This is one of the best adventure stories I've ever read. It's really appropriate for all ages. It says on the back that it's ages 10 and up. I'm 25 and I loved it. It was so good. Many of us are familiar with the story of Robin Hood, but have you ever read the book? Set in the 12th and 13th century, The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood by Howard Pyle is a great version of Robin Hood's story. This is probably the funniest book in the entire video. If you like medieval times, if you like Robin Hood, definitely check it out. And bonus points if you get a version with the original illustrations by Howard Pyle himself. So if you're looking for something fun and lighthearted to read, but set in medieval England, this is a great option. Robin Hood's a pretty old book, but the next book I'm going to show you is actually brand new. It just came out this year, and it's called A Tale of Silvershire. A Tale of Silvershire is an adventure book set in the 12th century, and it's about a brother and sister who unexpectedly discover a sinister plot against their kingdom. When a case of mistaken identity leads to the discovery of a malicious plot against the kingdom, will Alan and Gwyn be able to stop it in time? One thing that's really cool about this book is that all the characters speak Old English, and that makes it seem so much more authentic and immersive. And by the way, this is the author's first published book. She's been writing for years, but this is her first published book. So if this sounds like the type of book you'd be interested in, definitely go check it out. The next book I want to talk about is The Black Arrow. I actually read this just a few months ago for the first time. So The Black Arrow is an adventure story set in the 15th century by Robert Louis Stevenson. Yes, the same Robert Louis Stevenson who wrote Treasure Island. This book follows the story of a teenage boy and his journey to stay alive in spite of betrayal by his most trusted friend. Sounds pretty exciting. It's full of kidnappings, disguises, and treachery. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in this one. Written by the same author as Robin Hood, our next book is Men of Iron. So Men of Iron is set in the 15th century, and it's about a young boy who's training to become a knight. I have not actually read this book, but I know people who have, and I do want to read it sometime. Our next book is The Door in the Wall by Marguerite d'Angely. When Robin becomes paralyzed, his plans for the future are shattered. This adventure story from the 14th century is all about the journey he goes on and how he learns to overcome his challenges. And who knows, by the end of the story, he might just save the day. Our next book is Adam of the Road by Elizabeth Janet Gray. Adam is the son of a minstrel, and he, his father, and his dog all live a happy and unique life, until one day when tragedy strikes, and Adam finds himself alone. Don't worry, it has a happy ending. Sorry to be so dramatic. Our next book is In Freedom's Cause, a story of Wallace and Bruce. It's by G.A. Henty. He wrote like a ton of historical fiction novels, like really a ton. And this particular novel is focusing on the rebellion that William Wallace and Robert Bruce led against England in the 13th and 14th centuries. One of the things that makes this book unique on this list is that it's from a Scottish perspective, while a lot of the other books are from a more British perspective, aside from the Viking series, which is from an Irish and then a Viking perspective. But I think it's great to have a Scottish perspective on medieval history too. Our next book is another book by G.A. Henty, and it is called The Boy Knight. Of the 3 Henty books I have on this list, this is my favorite one. So this book is about a boy who joins King Richard on the Crusades in the 12th century. One thing about Henty books is they probably are more for older kids or adults because they are a little bit violent, but they're still like totally clean. And the last book on my list is Wolf the Saxon, another one by Henty. So this one is set in the 11th century during the Norman invasion of England. With Henty, there's a lot of like common themes throughout his books. His main characters are always like the good guys, like they're the people who are doing what's right. So they're like a good example basically. So this is my list of clean books set in the Middle Ages. Please comment below if you have any recommendations of other clean books set in the Middle Ages. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye, bye, bye. It's time to say goodbye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. It's time to go. Time's up, we're all done. Time for me to run. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.